Moments that never return. Time is the one currency that is equally distributed, yet unevenly spent. Some guard it fiercely, some trade it foolishly, and some, like Adrian Vale, waste it without ever realizing the cost. This is the story of a man who lived among clocks, yet understood nothing about time until life forced him to listen to its ticking.
Chapter 1. The Man Who Owned the Hours. Adrian Vale was known in the city of Lavenfall as the man surrounded by clocks. His office was filled with them: mahogany clocks, brass clocks, pocket watches, pendulum clocks, all ticking at different rhythms. People often joked that even time got confused inside his office.
But the irony was sharp. Though he lived among clocks, Adrian had no understanding of time at all. A brilliant analyst, a naturally gifted thinker, but hopelessly lazy. He woke late, reached work late, delayed every task, postponed every decision. His favorite phrase was, "I'll do it later." A phrase that sounds harmless in a moment, but becomes deadly when accumulated over years. Adrian had dreams once. He wanted to write a book, start his own firm, travel the world. But each dream was tucked away inside the drawer labeled someday. Someday, however, is a day that never appears on any calendar.
Chapter 2. The World That Moved Without Him. The city around him evolved at a furious pace. Streets changed, buildings rose, people transformed their lives. But Adrian remained the same. Colleagues who began their careers alongside him now led departments. Younger employees who once asked him for guidance were now his supervisors.
And Adrian, brilliant, capable Adrian, was still exactly where he had been 5 years earlier. A middle-position employee, drowning in unpaid bills, half-finished assignments, and unfulfilled potential. What hurt him the most wasn't failure. It was the realization that failure had arrived without even trying.
Chapter 3. The Letter on the Desk. On the morning that everything changed, Adrian arrived late, of course, and discovered a white envelope on his desk. Final warning. The letters were bold, sharp. His manager, Mr. Sanderson, had typed a simple message. Adrian, talent means nothing if time is wasted. Complete your pending reports by Friday, or consider this your last week here. There was no anger in the words, only disappointment. Adrian sighed, tossed the letter aside, and said aloud to an empty office, "Friday is still 4 days away. I'll handle it later." But time, for once, was not willing to wait. Chapter 4. A Stranger in the Elevator. That evening, while leaving the office, Adrian stepped into the elevator. As the doors slid shut, someone slipped inside at the last second. An old man, tall, thin, wearing a charcoal suit. His silver hair was combed neatly, and in his hand was a single unusual pocket watch, strange, metallic, with no visible hands.
"Long day?" the old man asked.
"Not really. I just hate rushing," Adrian replied.
The old man chuckled softly. "People who hate rushing usually have already wasted their day." Adrian frowned. "Do I know you?" "No, but I know people like you. Men who think time is infinite." "What's that supposed to mean?" The old man looked at him with eyes that seemed to glow faintly. "It means," he said, "that your hourglass is nearly empty." Before Adrian could reply, the elevator lights flickered. The world around him went silent. The elevator froze, not just mechanically, but completely.
The air hung still. The dim light stopped flickering mid-glow. His own breath seemed suspended between inhale and exhale. Time had stopped, and only the old man moved freely inside it. Chapter 5. The Keeper of Moments. What are you? Adrian whispered. I am Aldrich, Keeper of Moments, the old man replied calmly. Guardian of wasted years, lost minutes, ignored opportunities. Adrian laughed nervously. Okay, I must be dreaming. Dreams happen when you have time to sleep, Aldrich said. You, on the other hand, have run out of time. Aldrich held up the strange pocket watch. This device records the unused potential of a person's life. Most people still have half of it glowing by your age. Yours. He tilted it gently. Inside the glass chamber, darkness. The watch was empty. Adrian felt a chill. Empty? But I'm only 34. Age is irrelevant. What matters is how you use your hours. And you, Adrian Vale, have thrown yours away like confetti in the wind. Aldrich stepped closer. You have one final chance, a journey into your lost hours. Adrian shook his head. Why me? Because some people learn only when they see what time has taken from them. Chapter 6. The First Door. The Room of Unwritten Dreams. The world dissolved. Adrian found himself in a vast white hall. Floating in the air were glowing doors, each labeled in golden handwriting. The book you never wrote. The trip you always postponed. The career you could have had. The people you lost touch with. The skills you never learned. Aldrich gestured. These are your abandoned years. Adrian stepped toward the first door. Inside, he found a small desk. On it sat hundreds of blank pages. He touched one, and words appeared. Beautiful phrases, brilliant lines, entire chapters of the book he had always dreamed of writing. Paragraph after paragraph was stunning. This is really good, Adrian whispered. Aldrich nodded. This is the book that could have made you a renowned author. But you waited for the right moment, which never arrived. The pages burned into dust. Chapter 7. The Second Door. The Path Not Taken. Through another door, Adrian stepped onto a road stretching toward mountains. This was your plan after graduation, Aldrich said, to travel through the world before settling into work. Adrian remembered. He had dreamed of seeing the Himalayas, the ancient temples of Kyoto, the quiet deserts of Morocco. He had promised himself he would travel when things settled. But things never settle on their own. The road slowly crumbled into darkness. Chapter 8. The Third Door. The Career of a Better Self. The third door opened into a tall building with glass windows. Inside, a confident, polished version of Adrian shook hands with a team. He wore a suit, spoke with authority, earned respect. "Who is that?" Adrian asked. "That is who you were supposed to become," Aldrich replied. "But laziness eroded your opportunities. You were passed over for promotions, not because you lacked talent, but because you lacked discipline." The successful Adrian faded away like smoke. Chapter 9. The Fourth Door. The People You Lost. The room was dim, filled with echoes, laughter,
conversations, birthdays, farewells. Faces drifted past him, friends he had ignored, family members he never visited, people he cared about but always told, "I'm busy right now, I'll talk later." But later never came. Aldrich placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. Time never waits for relationships. Once gone, they rarely return. Adrian covered his face and sat down, overwhelmed.
Chapter 10. The Last Door, the Mirror of Hours. The final door revealed a mirror. Inside it, Adrian saw himself, aged, tired, regretful. A life where nothing changed. A life where time slipped through his fingers every day. "Is this really my future?" Adrian asked. Aldrich replied softly, "It was your future, but time is granting you a rare mercy, one final chance to rewrite your hours."
Chapter 11. The Return to Ticking. The world snapped back. The elevator lights returned. The air flowed again. The hum of machinery resumed. Aldrich was gone. Only the strange watch remained on the floor, now glowing faintly. Adrian picked it up and felt something inside him ignite. For the first time in years, he felt awake. Chapter 12. The Battle Against Old Habits. Change is not easy, not even after seeing the consequences of wasted years. On Monday morning, Adrian woke early. His mind screamed, "Sleep more." But the image of the dark, empty watch pushed him out of bed. He reached the office early. Co-workers stared. He created a schedule and stuck to it. He finished tasks ahead of time. He cleaned his life, his room, his thoughts. Day by day, he fought the old Adrian.
Chapter 13. Time rewards those who respect it. Slowly, the results appeared. His manager noticed. Colleagues admired him. He completed Friday's report by Wednesday. For the first time in years, Adrian felt accomplished. He began writing the book he once postponed. He reconnected with friends. He traveled to 2 countries within the year. He applied for a higher position and got it. His life moved forward, fast and powerful, as if time itself was helping him. Because time helps those who respect it. Chapter 14. The Watch's Final Glow. One night, as Adrian worked at his desk, the strange watch pulsed brightly. Aldrich's voice echoed faintly. "You have begun to reclaim your hours." Then, slowly, the watch dissolved into golden dust. It had fulfilled its purpose.
Epilogue. A letter to the one who will waste tomorrow. Years later, Adrian wrote a message in his journal. "Do not wait for time to teach you through loss. Listen now. Value your hours. Every dream begins the moment you stop postponing and start doing. Time is not infinite, but its rewards are for those who value it." Adrian became a mentor to young employees, teaching them what he had learned the hard way. The biggest enemy of success is not failure, it is delay. Do it now, or time will do it never. And thus, the man who once wasted hours became the man who taught others to treasure them.
Thank you for listening to the story. To get more story like this to improve your English skill, please subscribe this channel, Story Learn English.